power. Hey. Do you know, I just want to say, I was like, oh, I've got so much to say. There's all this stuff coming through, and last night I was like praying for time. I'm like, if you've got all this stuff that you want me to do, I'm like, I need help with time. Help me to create more time, or help me to, help me to, help me to create more time. I've got so much coming through and all this sort of thing. So, okay, hey Heidi, I'm here. Hey Matt. I've got a lot to say, and I just wanted to say first that I'm so grateful for live stream, because I'm like, I say all the time, like, I'm like, oh, I'm going to do a live stream on it, because I'm just like, it's almost like I get sick of typing, but it's not that. It's like I've got so much more to say than actually sitting there typing. I'm like, oh, I'll just get on live stream and say it. It seems a bit crooked. And yes, I'm in my kitchen this morning because I've got a lot to say. And then last night when I was like getting all this information about how to, I'm like, I need more time. They're like, well, with your juice and stuff in the morning, you can do it on live stream. I'm like, oh, I felt a little bit nervous about doing that, because what I wanted to share with you as well is, if you've seen on my live stream, on my page last night, I just saw this thing, like, I don't know, is it the FDA or the TGA? Come on, they're all the same bodies, right? All different, same but different. And they're all like fully cracking down on like natural therapies, taking stuff off the shelf, like the rescue remedy and stuff. And I was like, are you fucking for real? And, like the thing that I really wanted to speak to, about all this is that, and I shared this like two days ago or something, Marcus Rothkrantz, who is just amazing at, all the natural raw food and healing and stuff, that, they're cracking down so much, he's had to redo his whole, supplement range and everything, which I just fucking love. There's, not allowed to call it liver and stuff anymore. It's just fucking herbs, for fuck's sake. Anyway, I'm having a bitch, and I don't usually do this very often, but I was thinking about it this morning, and I'm like, I don't want to get on live stream and have a rant, and I'm not having a rant, but I realized as well, I'm like, actually, this is something I'm really fucking passionate about. So, it's like, having, I don't know what that is, when I got, the message in 2006 that my business name is called Reality Awareness, Awakening the Consciousness of Humanity. Like, that was the tagline that came in meditation, and, I saw all these images happen as I was getting this message, and I'm like, oh, okay. So, 12 years later, here I am, and not that I'm only just starting to understand what that is, but, it's definitely coming from the inside out, right? And the whole thing about, it's icky at the start. This is what I said on live stream. It's icky at the start, but it means that it's shifting, and then the magic is felt. Now, that line applies for anything. Applies for detoxing your physical body. It gets icky at the start because you're detoxing and all the physical stuff is coming out. It gets, icky at the start when you, realize that somebody's bitching about you and they're not actually a friend and you thought they were, or you lost a loved one, or, and you're going through grief and it's like, it's really icky for quite some time. Like, it's icky because it's moving, and then the magic is felt later on, right? Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Anyone who's, consciously aware or in this game, knows why the FDA, why the TGA is doing it. Like, we're not stupid. Like, we've known for a fucking long time, yeah? That's why we, use all our natural therapies and stuff, which, by the way, I'm going to start talking, and I need to just have my juice. I was, like, checking all my stuff. I've got a massive day today, hence I'm up early and on live stream early. So I've just made my celery juice, and I need to just pour it and start drinking it, or I'm going to keep talking and not have my juice, and I'm actually pretty hungry. All right. Oh, loves all the swearing. Hi, Henry. Henry's Katinka's son. Yeah, it's all control. Yeah, everybody knows, like, who's in this game. I don't need to explain that. If you're in this game, you know why the FDA and pharmaceutical companies do what they do. I'm not here to explain all that. There's plenty of groups and stuff that explain all that. Juice for you. So yeah, so I just explained the celery juice. So I started doing, 100% raw vegan on my 33rd birthday. And I've known that raw food is a huge part of my life purpose for a long time, and I've resisted it for a long time. Anyway, so long story short, those details are relevant right this second. Celery juice. Plain celery juice. Now, Marcus always talks about it as well, and, says celery, he says, and I've been doing it too. So celery, lemon, apple, cucumber, and then some kind of greens. I thought there's something missing in that. It's like the basis for all my juices, right? However, last week when I went to the float space in Brisbane, I cracked up. So when I went to the float space in Brisbane, you might have seen my post last night. I actually had a float in Maroochydore last night. Last week I went to Brisbane, and Janina just randomly, Janina, the beautiful owner of the float space in Brisbane, randomly just started saying how celery juice heals your gut lining. And I'm like, I've been fucking asking that question. I'm like, thank you very much. I needed that information. Ask and you shall receive. So anyway, so have like I don't know, however many mils or something they say, but I've just been having a cup of plain celery juice first thing in the morning before I have anything else. Tastes absolutely horrid, and I don't really like it, but I know it's good for me, so I shall do it, right? So I'm just going to start drinking because otherwise I keep talking, right? Okay. So, alright, so the point that I was saying about it's icky for a time, but that means it's shifting, and then the magic is felt. Now, because when I was falling asleep last night, and I was just, when those shootings happened in America not too long ago at the music festival, I was real, like that really hit me. Like for some reason, and I know there's been other shootings since, and there's always shootings in America, just kind of, and I was thinking about that. I'm like, oh, we're just getting used to that. That's normal. Like in America, it's like, and I saw someone post something on Twitter not long ago, and it made me laugh, which is not really a laughing matter, but at the same time, it's like something about the travel advisor or whatever has all these warnings about going to certain countries. They should have a warning about going to America. Anyway, I'm getting sidetracked. Point of my story is that with, like all the shootings, like that one that was at the music festival really fucking hit home. And I don't know if it was just because I was watching Grant Cardone and Alina Cardone, and I really love them. They're awesome at what they do. Really inspiring. If you haven't heard of them, go and follow them on Instagram, on Facebook, whatever. And anyway, I just happened to see, like their feed come up, and like they were actually in the building and very close to it all, and it just really hit home, right? And I didn't know why. I really didn't know why. And then Grant shared in his Instagram story, like, I can't remember the exact thing he said, but he asked a question in his story saying, was the shooting a government organised thing? And I was like, yeah, fucking straight up. And I don't know why, and I don't know why the government would be organising all these things. However, I just happened to see 3 days ago, and I haven't shared it, but I'll post the link in the comments, a CIA agent, right, so he's an elderly man now, dying on his deathbed, confessed to, blowing up one of the buildings in the 9/11, like they did it. The CIA did it. And when I read the article, I can see why he did it. Because you get patriot, and it's like for the better of the country, and they just get brainwashed, and it's just, you don't question it, right? Well, they didn't, whatever. A lot of people don't question things. And, I think personally, like school serves a purpose, I get it. And I'm not bagging school, I'm not bagging the medical society, because if I had a car crash, I would definitely want the ambulance to come and help me and save me and take me to hospital. Like, please understand that I'm not bagging anything out when I'm saying this. I'm just giving a big perspective of all the messages that I've been receiving about everything, because I've been trying to understand it. I know when all these shootings happen, so many people feel helpless. They're like, well, what the fuck do we do? Oh, gun control. Yeah, maybe, right? But, for me, it's like helping people in their brains and unbrainwashing them and getting people to question things. I personally think that, the school systems are outdated. It teaches us as very young kids not to question anything. We're told what to do for 12 years. Then we finish school and we're like, okay, what the fuck do we do now? Nobody's telling me what to do. Oh, I'll just run amok for a while. Whoever, whatever. Oh, I need to get a job and I need to buy a house. And Anyway, I'm getting sidetracked. The point of my story is, and I'll check your comments in a minute, otherwise I'll get distracted with what I'm needing to say right now, is that, you know, like, when the shootings happen, people feel helpless. They don't actually know what to do. They want to do something, but they feel powerless, right? They don't know what to do, so let's pray. There's been a lot of, you know, celebrities and a lot of high-ranking people on Twitter recently posting like, well, obviously praying doesn't work. Yes, exactly. Let's pray for people to wake the fuck up rather than let's pray for gun control. Because what are we focusing on? Guns, right? So anyway, with that, you know, like I said, that shooting at the music festival really hit home. I didn't understand why, right? Maybe because it was at a music festival and I fucking love those places. And with, you know, like, I didn't know why and I was just questioning it, and then Grant Cardone posted, you know, was it a government organised attack? And I was like, hell fucking yes. Didn't know why, but I actually sent Grant Cardone a message and I said, when they do those things, it makes me question what they're taking our attention away from. So they'll do these things, 9/11 attack, whatever, I don't know, right? They are making all the media focus on it. Let's take all the media there for like months, right? All the people's victims' stories, like everything. And while all that's valid, like, I'm not disregarding the people who have been hurt in any way, shape or form, right? Hear me out. What I am saying is that all the focus is on here. So what are they doing? They've got control, like they're sorting all this shit out, and all our focus is over here, so we're not taking notice of this stuff. What's all this stuff that they're doing over here? Do you know what it is? Exactly what I fucking shared last night. And it was like, it was just like, ding, I'm like, fuck, this is what they're taking our attention away from. Is all the fucking supplements and shit that are just fucking herbs that are being picked from the fucking earth, dried, and ground up into powder. And they don't want us using that. Why? Because we can go and pick pine needles and we can make tea and we can feel better without fucking paying for it. I'm sorry, I am on a ranting mood this morning, but I just need to, like, I really needed to voice this, right? And it's like, well, I'm passionate about this. So I am doing something fucking about this. I am helping people to become aware that you can self-heal. Okay, this is the golden key. You can self-heal even without supplements and shit, even without the herbs. So if the FDA, if the TGA, if whoever the fuck wants to take every physical thing away from us, we can still heal without any physical juices. We might actually just need water, but then they still put fluoride in the water. What do we do about that? We go, I love you, I thank you so much. Why? Because it all starts from here. We have the power here to change this. Because everything starts, like, do you know what I mean? Like, if you're new to this stuff, go and check out Dr. Emoto's work. So Dr. Masaru Emoto, let me get his book, wait on. Okay, where is it? It's here somewhere. Okay, here we go. Hang on a sec. I couldn't find it. I'm like, am I supposed to get the books? There's so much more information out there. But anyway, so Dr. Emoto's books, The Hidden Messages in Water, how our thoughts affect, you know, everything around us, pretty much scientifically proven. Okay, you need some scientific evidence, go and check out his work. He was a scientist. So Marcus Roscrans, Heal Yourself 101, Get Younger and Never Get Sick Again. They don't want you to know this because they make money off you being sick. However, we get brainwashed, well, most of society is brainwashed into, you know, thinking that that's just the way it is, when ultimately it's not. Sorry, I'm trying to, okay, pull that up so I can see your comments. Oh, I just turned the screen on. Might not want to look at my roof. Okay, I'll check your comments in a minute. So, anyway, they're just a couple of people. Okay, so the point that I'm saying, right, is that when they're, you know, and who really knows? Who knows if that you know, man was paid by the government. Like, who knows motives? Like, ultimately, we do not know. However, we are in Scorpio right now. There's huge astrological shifts. And at the end of the day, the truth always surfaces. I say this in relationship about lying. I say if you have a lie, yeah, holistic doctors are being killed. I was just about to say, and it's funny because when I posted last night, I was like, do you think this is really going to stop us? Do you really think that taking things off the shelf is going to stop us? What? Are you going to... I just went to extremes with like all my processing last night. I was like, what? So you're going to take everything off the shelf? Okay, that's fine. So then we'll go harvesting ourselves. What? So you're going to catch us like in the wild? Like, are you going to like put us in jail for foraging in nature? Like, is that what it's really going to come down to? And fuck a God, I hope not. However, I am willing to do whatever it takes because people like us, you know, like won't, it's not like we're going to change it. You can't change people, right? And the thing is with the government and stuff, we can't change them either. So what do we do about it? So what do we do about it? Well, like I said last night, I'm like, what? So they're going to bring back burning at the stake again? Well, I've been there, done that. Go on, do it to me then. You're going to kill me and I'll come back again next lifetime with the same knowledge because you can't kill knowledge because it's in the collective, because we're not physical, right? So I really just wanted to share that. And like I said, I don't rant very often. However, when I knew that I was going to get on here and say all this stuff, and I really just needed to voice it because, right, and I feel like, you know, yes, go and rant, go and do your thing, but make sure you're doing something that is contributing to the consciousness of the planet, that is helping people awaken and do something about it. Provide solutions, right? And like I said, that you don't have to... You know, like they can go and they can take all the physical herbs and supplements and shit off the shelf. Go for it. Do what you like. But what you can't do is you can't take away what's in our mind, yeah? And when, you know, like you can't take away what's in your mind because like I said, you don't need physical stuff to heal, right? You can heal your body without any physical supplementation. This stuff just makes it faster and kind of... It just makes it faster, ultimately. Well, who really knows? That's actually a lie, because who knows how long it takes to heal, because it's actually our mind is the limiting beliefs, that's all. So, now, the other thing I just wanted to touch base on, and then I'm going to show you something really amazing with my cacao powder and the ickiness and how it turns into magic. What's with me this morning? I don't know. I'm on fire. So, and I'm loving it, actually. Just going to have some of my celery juice to remember what point I was going to make next. Yeah, okay. And then I'll look through your comments in a second. So, okay, so the other point and factor, like I said, you don't need physical stuff to heal, ultimately. If you know, truly believe that you are the creator of your own reality, and this is where it's key, it really depends on your belief system and what you're willing to do and break through in your limiting beliefs is what you're going to heal, create, whatever, right? Whether you want to be a multi-millionaire or whether you want to heal your physical body or whatever it is, right? It really depends on your willingness to change your belief systems, and nobody likes change. You know, and so it does take work, and a lot of people just don't want to do the fucking work. They'd rather take a pill, yeah? So whatever. It just depends where you're at. Now, okay, so the other point that I wanted to make here is that, like I said, you don't need anything to heal. What, are they going to take our food away from us? That's fine. You want to make sure that we can't buy organic produce? Okay, that's fine. Do that. But then, do you know, we just get even more creative and we go, okay, well, if we can affect water with our thoughts and by praying over, it's exactly the same for food, because everything is energy. Absolutely everything is energy. We can change the vibration of everything. This is my celery here that I've been making my celery juice. I actually bought this from the supermarket, right? And I wasn't going to share that, but I'm sharing it for a fucking reason. I did my shopping at the supermarket. Everyone's like, oh, we shouldn't support the big chains and all that stuff. No, you're missing the point. They can try and kick us out, but there's no way they can take our power of our thought away from us and how we affect the things around us with the power of our thought. We could walk into that supermarket and change the vibration of everything in there. All the chemicals, everything. Right? Don't fear it. Go in there and fucking transform it. Because that is the power that we have that they can't take away from us. Here, we all need to be like Buddhas. Drink the poison and it won't fucking affect you. We all need to remember Buddha did that for a reason. Now, with society changing and everything the way it is now, that's what Buddha's teachings are for. Walk into those chemical-laden supermarkets, shopping centres, wherever it is, and walk in there and consciously change the vibration of all the foods in there. Because you're not only doing it for the foods, you're doing it for the people, and you're doing it for the planet. You really need to make sure that you're not dropping into the fear. They can do whatever they like. And go there in your mind. What's the worst that could happen? They could put me in jail for the rest of my life. Okay. Do it. Is it going to stop me from transforming the world from in jail? I don't fucking think so. Haven't you heard of the Ho'opono? Is that what it's called? The Ho'opono? Right? Where the man didn't even go to the jail and helped, he transformed all the jail inmates by not even fucking visiting them. This is the time we reclaim that power. Now. Not dropping into fear. I shared that stuff because I'm like, fuck man, they must be really, really scared. Because the other point of that is that when people do drastic things like that, they are so scared. And you can just go, oh my God, I have so much compassion for you. You must be so scared of your boss, of losing what you have, of dying, of losing your status, whatever the fuck it is, they're so scared. So just have compassion for them. Go, oh my God, you're so scared. Because we know the truth. If you're in this spiritual fucking game, you should know the fucking truth. So use it. Don't buy into the fear. Because that's what, I love people bringing awareness to stuff, but make sure you're fucking doing something about changing the planet at the same time. Now, if you want to hone in on your intuitive skills, if you want to be able to have the point of, power where you can change energy and you're very clear about what you're doing and what the energy is around you, my Trust Your Intuition course does this. It's why I created the 5 modules. There's over 100 fucking videos in there teaching you everything you need to know to do exactly what I'm saying. To get out of the fear and to know that when all these mass shootings are happening, look around you and go, okay, what are they not wanting us to see right now? What are they doing that all the focus is on that? And yes, it's sad. Don't get me wrong. Like I said, that's not the point. I'm saying look outside and see what they're not wanting us to see. Yeah? Because they're coming up quietly. Oh, we'll do this quietly. We'll make that happen so we can do this quietly without any uproar. Because everyone's going to fucking uproar when they find the truth. Because the truth always surfaces and that's why they're doing it quietly. Because they're so scared. Okay. I want to show you my ickiness thing. Which is exactly, it's so funny because I'm like, I want to share all this. And then I'm like, the transformation, right? So, I've been eating raw. So, I got home from the shop last night. I forgot chocolate, right? And whilst I was going to get like an organic or there's an eco one that I usually buy. Anyway, I think I didn't have it at the supermarket. I usually get it at the local IGA shop. And anyway, but I did buy cacao powder, right? Because I always make sure I've got that in the cupboard. So my ickiness thing, right? Things always get icky, and that means they're moving, and then it transforms, and then the magic is felt, right? Let me give you a very, physical demonstration of that. Now that could be, this can apply, like I said, for, feeling upset because your partner left you, or you've lost a loved one, or something has happened to you in your life, or the ickiness of how, all these changes are happening, with the herbal supplements, and soon we won't be allowed to grow our own fucking food and all that fucking fuck knows. So, it's icky right now, but it means that it's shifting, right? It means that the light's getting so bright that they need to try and hold it down. It's not possible. Let me show you. I'm going to see if I can make sure my camera is, more in the bowl, because this is important. Here we go. Ah, that's better. Gotta love this stuff. Okay, so cacao powder. Because I got a sweet tooth and they're like, we shouldn't eat sugar every day. And I'm like, yeah, okay, well, that's fine. But right now I need to. That's just supporting me and what I'm doing in my life. So I'll make sure it's healthy sweet. So cacao powder. cacao powder. I tend to like putting coconut in. Here's shredded coconut. I never measure anything, I just do whatever. Put some cinnamon in just because, I don't know, I like cinnamon. It also helps balance blood sugar. So that's what I mean. So they're going to go so drastic as like take all this sort of stuff off the shelf. Some nutmeg, just because I like it. So you can make like proper raw chocolate, and that's actually not what I'm doing right now. I'm making, is raw chocolate, I don't know, I just like keeping things really simple, and because I just like having something sweet, I just do this because it's simple, right? Okay, so all I've got in there is cacao, cinnamon, and coconut. So there's the stuff, right? Now I want you to be mindful of what the process that I'm showing you here is the process for ickiness. It's uncomfortable, it's icky, and then it transforms into something absolutely so magic, okay? So here's the stuff, yeah? And then, I actually usually don't make this bigger batch, but I wanted to just because I was showing you. Oops, this is just honey. Could use whatever sweetener you like. This is the important part I got to show you. So, okay, so I'm just stirring it, and it's a little bit, you know, like it's still honey mode, but it's going a little bit icky. Oops, the powder's fluffing everywhere. So it's still in a powdered form, still, you know, but as we keep stirring through the somewhat ickiness, it's going to get a bit harder to stir because the honey's starting to, I don't know, get through all the powder, so it gets a bit stickier and harder, yeah? It's harder. Oh my god, it's getting harder now. Right, so it's all coming into clumps. It's getting harder. Now, I don't know if you can see on the camera, but it's quite dry still, yeah? The powder's still dry. And look, it's coming into like a big clump, right? Oh, so much, it's so hard, I can barely stir it anymore, right? But then almost instantaneously, I don't know if you can see what I'm trying to show you on the camera. It's getting into, it's so sticky and hard I can't even stir anymore. But you'll notice it's shiny now. I don't know if you can see that on the camera. Well, most of it's shiny, probably need to stir a little bit more. But it's so hard to stir, but then it's shiny, so it's transformed. And this is where the magic is. Can eat it. Chocolate for breakfast, yes thank you, but I haven't actually finished my celery juice. So, well, let me just move this camera back up. Alright. So, it's icky. There's powder and stuff, life, people going along their daily life, stirring the sticky stuff. It gets icky, it gets hard. It's getting a bit mixed up and it's getting hard. And then all of a sudden, the powder turns into this shiny stuff. And that's where the magic is, and you can eat it. Once you take that analogy, I know that things always get stirred up. Usually because somebody's scared. So when you can have compassion for them, that's what changes the planet. Alright, there's some comments here. I want to read them because it doesn't sound like they're all positive. But that's okay. Not everybody has the same view as me. Not everybody has the same view as the government. Not everybody has the same view as anti-vaccination people. Not everyone has the same view as vaccination people. Not everyone has the same view as drinking celery juice every morning. This is the point, right? Everybody has a choice. Everybody on this planet has a choice to make the choices that they want to choose. Because in that is the divine perfection of the entire planet, of the entire universe. If anything was supposed to be somewhere else or somehow other than what it is right now, it would be. It's the first thing I teach about trusting your intuition. If you were meant to make a different choice back then, you would have. You made that choice because it felt right to you at the time. Don't go beating yourself up. Don't go beating other people up. If you think that's what I'm doing on this live stream, you've missed the entire fucking point. So let me just check these comments here. Okay. Because I kind of didn't really look at them. I just wanted to talk and get that out. Okay. Okay. Loving all your comments there too. Icky and fucking. Yeah, sorry. I don't swear a lot on live stream anymore, but when I'm passionate about something, it kind of comes out. Sorry. Well, not sorry, actually. Okay. Yeah, I did go to Brisbane and didn't call. I'm so sorry. I'm actually wanting to go down there next week, so I was actually thinking of you recently too. I'm like, I should have called. And I was in West End too. I'm pretty sure you're somewhere there. Okay. Calm down. That's the worst thing you can say to anyone who's fired up. I love you, but... Okay, I've said that all along. Government involved. Yeah, okay. It's because your teachers stop you from questioning the people in power because they are told to do so. Yeah. There's a purpose to everything. Okay, now I just want to talk to that for a minute because some people get downhearted because they want to homeschool or they want to unschool and they can't because of partners or just their life situation or whatever. Now, I was almost going to write a blog on this. Well, I am going to write a blog on this. I've just been so busy. I'm like, got all these things to do. Is that don't get disheartened because your child is at school. Because ultimately, what happens in your home is the strongest philosophy you will instill in your child, right? It's the beliefs that you have yourself that are automatically, transferred to them, like the transference. And it's the thing, tell your child to question everything, tell them to tune into what's right for them no matter what's going on around them, tell them, you're the power in your child's life, the school will be a blimp in the, system for them. Yes, it does ingrain things, I get that, but what I'm saying is that, you are the number one power in your child's life, so use that, right? Teach them what you want to teach them at home, in a sense of philosophical stuff and, what you believe and what your family values are, and trust that that's what they'll take on because, ultimately, you are the first influence in your child's life, yeah? Okay. Yeah, I'm so sorry. There's a lot of new people on my feed recently, so I do drop the F-bombs occasionally. Haven't for quite some time, but yeah. Okay. Yeah, so there's so much cover up with the government stuff. You go searching for it, it's all there. That's the other thing too. You go searching for anything in your reality, you'll find it. Whatever you believe and go searching for, you will find. It's the law of attraction. Yeah. Say whatever you like, beautiful Heidi. There are cures for cancer, but the pharmaceutical companies make it more money. She gets exactly. Yeah, all that stuff. There's cures for fucking everything. And it all starts. Okay, hang on a sec. Let me reframe that. You can take as much of this stuff as you like. You can take as much of the herbs and do all the natural remedies as you like. If you are not working holistically, like I said, the medical system is there for a reason. This system is here for a reason. The metaphysical system is there for a reason. If you're not looking at all three of those, you're missing one key aspect. You can't just diss all medical opinions and then go, oh, I can do it myself. Well, you can, right? But what I'm saying is don't shut anything out. And I almost was going to, again, it's another thing that I want to blog about. If you're manifesting anything, money, health, relationship, don't think this is the way that it has to be and that's the only way that it's going to happen, because you're shutting out the rest of the world, right? And this is where I'm saying everything has a place. The medical system, schools, everything right now is exactly how it is supposed to be. And we have access to a plethora, like a wide variety of things on this planet for a reason. We have like... I have Panadol in my fucking cupboard because when I'm in such bad period pain, which doesn't happen very often, but lately it has for some, well, if you'd watched me lately, you would have known what that's about. Anyway, I don't block anything out. Like I said, I bought this from Woolworths because I believe in the power that I can transform my food at this point here. I can go, wow, I love you so much, celery. I'm so grateful that I have you. Not like, oh fuck, it's full of chemicals, I better not eat it. Nah. Come on. Right? Don't shut anything out. But feel into what is right for you. Yeah? That's all I'm saying. Right, let me check here. Okay. Oh, yeah, sorry, Anthony. I'm not sorry. You know, like I said, I don't swear a lot on live stream anymore, right? It's a positive message, but because I dropped the F-bomb. When I'm fired up like this, I'm like, like, I do. That's just how it is, right? You'll watch most of my live streams recently, and I haven't actually sworn at all, I don't think. But yeah, today I am fired up. So yeah, it is my passion. That's what I mean, you know, like I get fired up and then like I said, I really processed this before I jumped on live stream this morning. And yeah, just really wanted to say that, okay. And it is a word, yeah. Fuck you, right. It is a word. But yeah, I don't really share, I don't swear that much. I used to a lot on live stream when I first jumped on, but I don't much recently. Alright, so if you think this live stream can help somebody awaken, please by all means share it. Now I know a lot of people don't like sharing things because they don't like their friends and family seeing. That's fine. Tag your friends in the comments who you think will benefit from this live stream. I'm going to put this on YouTube as well, so you can subscribe to my YouTube channel and share it with people who you think that will help to awaken and give a whole perspective, right? Like I said, it's a whole thing. Don't shut anything out. Everything that is currently in our current society is there for a reason. Everything serves a purpose, but know that your ultimate power comes from what you believe in your belief system, in your life, what you feel is right for you. So like I said, if you're healing something physically, don't just think that this is the one way and the only way. You might need to have surgery and then you can change your diet too, right? Everything serves a purpose. The medical system has saved many lives, right, compared to centuries ago when they didn't have the proper tools that we need right now to save lots of lives. Like I said, if I had a car accident, I would want the ambulance to take me to hospital to save me, right? Because I'm not ready to go yet. I got a purpose here, yo. Okay, do you get my point? So please, if you think that this message will help somebody, and I'm talking to the anti-vaxxers as well because I love what you're doing, but I also see a lot of fear in those groups, and so I don't really put much, I'm not active in, I've removed myself from a lot of them because there is a lot of fear. It's like, you know, sorting out what is right for you and doing something about it. My Trust Your Intuition course, me getting on live stream, you know, is creating a consciousness, which is something that all the people in the world cannot take away your own consciousness, right? And it's up to you to change your consciousness and your awareness, and that, your gift, is filtering into the collective consciousness, and that's what awakens the world, and that's why we start here. If you want peace on earth, peace starts within, yeah? Do something amazing, create something amazing that is going to change your life, because then that changes the world, yeah? So my Trust Intuition course is open. I'll post the link in the comments below. Please send me a message or comment below if you're watching the replay and you have any questions. Remember, keeping it really real. Everything on this planet serves a purpose. everything, everything. Because no matter how much chemicals they pump into the world, we have the power to change it just by feeling and knowing that our power can transform the vibration of anything. Remember, be the Buddha. Namaste.